What is up, everyone? So today I woke up earlier because I really wanted to go to the auto parts to get the seals for the calipers, and gladly, as I mentioned on the last video, I ended up going to O'Reilly's because they seem to have a listing for it, and according to the picture, it actually matched. This is pretty much what comes in a kit. It's for the front. It's not actually too much of it, which is just the main seal, this O-ring, and some sort of type of a bleeder cap. This is it pretty much, and this is the caliper right here. It does seem to fit. I'm pretty sure it's the right one. I'm still gonna do some cleaning of it, and since I got the seals, I don't have to worry about damaging it. So now I have the opportunity to pretty much just go full hard on it. And once I do that, spray some brake cleaner, let them dry on the sun, and most definitely we're gonna hit it with paint and let it dry. So let's get to it. So I'm cleaning the caliper bracket, and if I try to hold it with one hand and then I use the other one to maneuver the drill, once I spin it and it catches in a corner, the torque of it actually just snaps it out of my hand. So I kind of came up with an idea depending on the angle. What's normal, right? Sometimes there's been times that I've been holding it with one leg, just do it right here, kind of like this. The other time I'll be using the other leg. Sometimes if there's an angle that I cannot get, kind of like right here, I use both of my legs. Now, is this weird? The calipers are done. As far as the cleaning, I know there's a new video should be talking about cleaning, but I decided to give it another extra brush, and to be honest, it's not gonna get any better than that. That's pretty much what it's all gonna be. There's the bracket over there. I do have one of the brackets laying on the sun so they can get actually hot, because we want to do the first try. I'll paint it. It should be pretty hot right now, especially with this heat. Let me go ahead and grab the spray can, and let's spray it and see how it comes out. Wow, it didn't took too much for actually start noticing the difference. I'm glad that I did not pick the blue one, although before I did wanted to, but now that I get to look at it, I mean, you guys can really see that it is really going to suit the pretty much the profile of my car, which is silver, the color of it. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and let it dry, see how it looks like. We're gonna leave it in the sun, and if it turns out to be like this and it doesn't come off, then it looks like we're actually good, and then I can go ahead and proceed and paint the bracket and finally the calipers. Now that's pretty much it. What a big difference, huh? That's crazy. To be honest, I was actually having doubts about not looking good, looking all shitty. But the fact that I'm looking at it right now, I don't know, I'm pretty excited, to be honest. It's something positive for me to look forward to. But this is the paint that I'm using, a very high temp, flame proof header paint, silica ceramic coating. It's a good color, actually. I didn't want to go with a shiny one. I just wanted to go with something that will most likely will look rebuilt or stock, you know, like a new part. There it is. Good morning. Today is actually the next day on painting the calipers. I ended up taking a break because of the fact that I wanted to paint which I did the brackets first, just to have an idea how they were going to look like before I actually move on into the calipers. And I'll go ahead and show you to you guys, and then I'm gonna show you how it looks like and how it looked like. And by the way, Starbucks coffee, you got to do that to start the day. Not necessarily Starbucks, but some iced coffee. These are the brackets. They're nicely painted. In fact, to be honest, they even look like if I would have bought a remanufactured one, even a new caliper, you know. And to think that the way they look, how I got them, like it was just layers of brake dust, grime, and all that oil and all that disgusting stuff that it accumulated through the time of being on the other 330i. Isn't it weird? Look at this thing. For you to see the difference, here is the the caliper. But like the whole caliper kind of looked kind of like right there, or kind of like right here, you know, like in here, where it was just everywhere. But that's pretty much the difference. I'm really excited to just go ahead and paint the calipers. I'm actually have them right here on the sun, the calipers, because I want them to heat up. What I mean by that, I want them to get some heat from the sun itself. There you go. Now you can see pretty much. Maybe you can see it right here, but that's how the whole caliper used to look like. But again, this one has been here for a minute. It's actually quite hot. I'll go ahead and probably spray some brake cleaner just to get most of the dust off of it as much as I can. Once this one heat up, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I already ended up getting the rebuild kit for the seal. Go ahead and just paint over the seal and the piston most likely. I might just cover the piston, maybe not, I don't know. But the whole point is I don't have to worry about the fact that this might get ruined because of the paint or the chemicals or whatever, because this is made out of rubber. Since I was able to get the two kits, I'm just gonna go ahead and paint it over, and once they're fully dry, I'll take it off and put the new one back in, and that will definitely be, honestly, a rebuild caliper. All it takes is just a seal, in which it was like what, $6.99 I think the kit, if I'm not mistaken, each. Alright, looks like both of them are actually painted. The other one is right here. I'm gonna go ahead and leave them right here for a bit so they can get some heat from the sun, and an hour or so I'm gonna come back, and because it's actually pretty hot. If I actually touch the other caliper, it's hot. So I said about an hour. I come and give it another coat, probably both of them, another 2 more, so it will be a total of 3. And let me make sure the sun is gonna hit it nicely so they can dry it. And all we do is just play the waiting game. I can actually hold them now and not worry about that the paint is gonna come off. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna rub it, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and rebuild them. I'm actually gonna use some rubber gloves because I really don't want to ruin them. In fact, I ended up getting a clean rag so that I can lay them here in my lap. And we're gonna pop those old seals out and pop the new ones back in. They're still a little bit hot, to be honest, but I think we're gonna be able to manage it. So first things first, let me get the seal out. We are going to start with this one, which when I went and took them off at the wrecking yard, for me to know which one is left passenger driver, I ended up deciding that if I just leave these 2 caps, to me that tells me that that's a passenger, and the one with 1 cap, or no caps actually, but I remember the 1 cap is the other driver. Let's see, we can take this off. Here we go. Alright, just take your time, whoever is actually deciding to do this. Not that well, you know, take your time, man. You don't have to be in a hurry, because like I said, this is what stops you. Alright, don't matter. So let's compare it to the new one. First thing first, yeah, I think so. Okay, let me see if I can pull this piston just a little bit more, maybe with this, because I want to be able to have some lip so that I can stretch the seal. Just enough. That will be just perfectly fine. Wondering, I don't think I should be wonder. I think that should definitely do that. Don't you think? So let me go ahead and the calipers have been sitting on the sun, under the sun for a quite long time, and man, boy, this cast iron holds heat pretty good. I think I know what the other seal is for. I'm going to assume that it's for the back of the piston. But since I'm not pulling it all the way out, to be honest, it looks pretty good. If you actually see, it never really leaked out, you know, past this. Other than that, it will be fully gunked. But here we go. Maybe if I just put enough. so the damn seal can slide smoothly and it won't scrape, you know. Here we go. What did I say? There you go. Oh. Slowly work it around it. I think that's actually done for now. And let's move on to this one. I think this is the one that had a hole. Yep, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Maybe I'll put grease on this one too. Yep, a lot of rust. Step 2. See, what did I tell you guys? But it doesn't matter. Let me get the piston out. This time I'll see if I can get a little further. And I think this one is going to turn out pretty good. We're going to grease this thing just for the sake of the seal not ripping, you know. Let me put it on because we cannot afford to rip one of the seals. Grease. Kind of like right here. Now, there we go. I think this came out perfect. I hope. And oh, it did not stick to the ground. That should have looked cool, but fortunately not. Really cannot complain for how they look like, how they came out. Getting more knowledge of how things work, how things actually go back together. I know it sounds like I'm trying to cheap out, but to be honest, I'm a lover of the mechanical stuff, of what actually happens behind well, you know, the looks of the car, behind the brakes, what actually the caliper does. I know what it does, people knows, but it's just how often do you actually rebuild a caliper? Most of the time these days they just go by a remanufacture. Nothing against that, I've done that before multiple times. Some people might be like, whoa, the brakes, a lot of pressure, you're actually pressing it with your foot, and then the fluid is hundreds of pounds of pressure. Sure, but remember that you still have the rotor, you still got the pads, and you got the piston, you got the seal, and it's not like with the brand new brakes the whole piston is going to extend all the way out. You see what I'm saying? In fact, if I try to put the brakes and the calipers, I mean the pads and the rotor just in the middle, I can guarantee you that right here is going to be, the piston is too out, and regardless I'm going to have to push it back in. So it's not like for the beginning of the life of the swap, it's not like the piston is going to travel a lot to press the brakes into the rotor. So I don't think it's actually worth working on the car right now. Most likely I'll go ahead and do that in the morning, and that's gonna be another video where now I'm actually gonna be able to take everything apart, clean it, make sure, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow is gonna be the day where I'm putting everything back together. Well, I hope this wasn't a boring of a video. Maybe I'll just go ahead and title it how to rebuild your calipers, and thank you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.